And we're back. Yes, we are. We're going to continue the evolution of our civilization in this inspired game by Sid Meier's Civilization 6 and Firaxis Games, The Gathering Storm. We're playing a wonderful, easygoing game here on king level, not deity, not immortal, not empire, but we're still in the middle of the road with king, but it's nice and easy going. I really like that. Recording and narrating the game is work, so it's distracting from the actual playing the game. So I tried it on my regular difficulty that I play at Emperor, but it was just too hard. I tried many times to pull off that game. And I could have won the variations I was working on. I probably could have won each one if I wanted to go the long haul and tough it out. But I didn't think that was all that entertaining, because it is hard and very challenging. And I thought we'd kind of take it easy and just have a good time. I'm going to watch it many times, so I want to see us having fun and not wait till the end of the game to have all the fun. So I've decided to try an easier version. I've got a amplified wonders, and their effects are amplified, and we'll build some and you'll see what I mean. It kind of breaks the game a little bit, but it does make it a lot of fun. Now, it's turn 36, and you multiply that by 40 and you'll come up with how many years have gone by. It's we started at 4,000, so that's easy to figure out, So we're, what would it be, 1,400 years into Rome's development as a civilization. And we have yet to leave the ancient era of those times in the very, very beginning of a civilization. We have settled a city, Rome, of course, our capital city. And we have also sent our fellow Romans out. Some of them, when it got too crowded, we sent them out to Antium to settle the Northland, because we found the sacred Matterhorn up there, and we worship beautiful mountains. Vesuvius is a beautiful mountain, even though it's terrifying. We have 15 error score right now. We have 10 to 25 more turns in the ancient era. It's kind of slow going, but if we can get 25 plus error score, we get a golden age. And we always sing it. It's always sung first. Then we can mention golden age, but first you got to sing it. It's in the Civilization 6 etiquette book that you can't buy because they don't sell one. Now we got builders, and damn, we got more builders. That's a lot of builders. 4 more turns to get going here. And if I didn't take so much time jibber-jabbering and talking and actually played the game, which I'll get more into as we go on. There's a lot to explain at first, but after you explain it, you have to keep explaining it, so those explanations will fall by the wayside. We got so many builders, I think it's time that we give this city a break. And by that I mean build up some of these nice little areas that we have here. Now this one I'm going to save exclusively for chopping, but I'm going to take this one, and we already improved the horses. Got a nice warrior there on the horses there. Now we're going to improve this tile. Next turn, we had to move it first. This guy is waiting for his turn. This builder is going to go to sleep until we have a governor. This warrior absolutely wants to come down here and pass this mountain, but it's getting more and more scary. He's going to die if he doesn't get by it, and it explodes. So that's iffy. It's scary. That warrior's no threat. He's too wounded. So good on him. Okay, we got Hercules wants to do something. He's got 10 turns left. Now I'm going to go up here. Just up here. And we're going to go to this nice little civics tree. And we are going to look at state workforce. You can see it's boosted. He's got 8 more turns. 8 turns before we can get that governor. And you know what? Hercules has 10 turns. That's cutting it pretty slim, boys. So, despite my better judgment, I'm going to move this builder there. And next turn, I'm going to chop. I don't want to do it, but I must. Now, this builder is not going to... This builder could chop 2. Would take production off that. I think we'll keep the production and just get the 2 gold and 2 food from the deer. Deer give us gold because now I guess we're selling venison in the market. This guy's going to breathe a sigh of relief as he gets halfway through. This one's going into this barb camp. Now we can't get another $300 for 8 turns because every game has to have bonuses and limitations or it's too easy. It'll be easy enough. We already got a military unit. We can't do that for 14 turns. But we sure can sit here, and he can heal up and just sit on that, milk that camp for a while. Eventually, we can destroy it, and we should. Eventually. Not right away. Okay. Now, up here, we got 1 population. We need some food. We don't have irrigation because we're working on writing. We can switch back to irrigation now. So I'm switching back. See, we almost got it. 4 more turns. So let's do that. And meanwhile, we'll make a farm. Okay, he's got... Farms are good. That'll make that city grow. And we're going up here. We're getting the lay of the land. We're not at war with anybody right now. Don't need the warrior, so we don't need a scout. Although scouts are good. Here's another warrior. Building up our military. There are uses for those military guys, as you know. We lost our slingers. We have to replace the slinger. We're just taking our time. Taking it slow. We're going to chop out that slinger. And now we got not as much production taken off. If we had Magnus, then that settler would also have been reduced to less. Might be 5, or whatever. Because we did get the slinger knocked out, which is good. We can use the slinger. Especially down in the Southland. He's not in a hurry to get down there, so I'll take the safe route and reveal the coastline over there. 9 more turns for Hercs, so he's good. We have to get a holy site down here. It's the only district we can make at this point. And there's a +3 holy site. Alright, that's in the queue here. We do want this settler, absolutely. We don't necessarily need to rush military units. We want this settler too. And let's see, what else do we want? Another builder, maybe. Yeah, I guess another builder. Maybe go up north. Or maybe to one of these new settled areas. So we'll put a builder in there. And then a warrior, slinger, scout. Okay. So there's a warrior, slinger, and the warrior, slinger. Oh, we didn't get the other slinger. Okay, we'll just do settler, scout. Maybe put the scout here. Get the scout soon. So, because getting to know the land is good. We'll push that builder back. We had enough builders. Got the military. We got the settler again. And then we'll get more military. We can purchase a builder. We can purchase a granary. We don't need to do that, so we won't. We'll save up our money. Keep making money. Must make money. Okay. Builder went and made that. So now old Hercs is going to spend 2 of his charges. Now he's got 1 more charge. In 4 turns, Rome goes to 4. In 1 turn, he's going to grow to this forest. Hallelujah. That's where our campus is going. In 4 turns, he can do a campus. Hercules has got 9 more turns left, so we get it in under the wire. And that's great. And that's one of the beautiful things that can happen in this game when things come together like that. Luckily, in 4 more turns, 3 plus 1 is 4. That allows me to put down another district. We desperately need science. And we're in. It's adjacent to that holy site, so it gets a +1 for that. Because if you can make districts adjacent to other districts, and as you saw other things, what else goes that if I put a campus here? What else is it going to get? It might get a couple of adjacencies from these mountains. Could get an adjacency from this horses, improved horses. And if I ever get to the stone, I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can get to the stone. Then I can also maybe even get an adjacency for that too. Not quite sure if we get adjacency for that. We'll see when we put it down. It does give us that way to look. And my warrior made it past the volcano. Excellent. The other warrior is healing. Also excellent. Now, we got a long time to go for that settler, don't we? And I sure do want to get Magnus before I use all my chops in the city. It's very tempting. I could, although I don't have to, put a farm down. I think that might accelerate growth. Not sure. And I do want to get this marble going. That'll be good for our civilization to have some marble. This guy's looking for goody huts. He's looking out here for Gauls. He's looking for unmitigated Gauls out here. No, they're out here somewhere. What was that sound? That sound was something. Ah, somebody made Stonehenge before we could. I wanted to make Stonehenge. Instead I went for a trader. Yeah. That's good though, because I would have put turns into Stonehenge and not gotten it. Somebody else would have gotten it. Does seem like the AI is greedy for Stonehenge and other wonders, but I can usually get the Oracle. But I want these woods to chop out to get the Oracle and not use them up now. But I am inevitably going to have to chop out those woods for the campus. Because Hercules only got 8 turns left, right? 2 turns for irrigation. We're waiting 5 turns. But I'm getting the boost, right? I'll get that going. 1 more turn to finish. This is all a crapshoot. I've just met the Gauls. Fantastic. That's what I had to do. All you see is the land of the Gauls. I am Firaxis, their chief. Oh, it's quite an honor to meet you. You're quite a striking fellow. You're very tall compared to the short 5-foot Romans. And what wonderful mustachios and eyebrows and hair. Never seen the like. It's like your hair's on fire. And your tattoos are crude, but admirable. Like your shield, maybe we'll co-opt that design. Your spear is crude, but effective. You seem like a worthy adversary, but I really must be off. I have an empire to build after all. And I would hope that we could accommodate each other until the day that you become Roman. Which, of course, you'll want to do, because why would you want to be an uncivilized Gaul when you could be a Roman? And listen to your tree-worshipping druids worshipping trees. I mean, after all, really, trees? It's so quaint and lovely, but really, trees? You worship trees? You really are quaint and lovely people. But I really must go. And I wish you very well until the day that I do not. Will you come to my city? We have opened a cask of wine that is, I promise, entirely safe to drink, not at all poisoned. You think like a Roman. Ha ha ha. Like a Roman. Similar to, as in. But however, we would love to sample your wine, especially. We do pride ourselves on enjoying good wine, and I'll see what my wine tasters have to say about it, and then I'll have a sip. Thank you. Never trust a worthy adversary, but we do have the essential boost we needed in order to make a campus. We have 2 more turns now instead of 5. That's accommodating our soon-to-be dearly departed Hercules very much, as he has 8 turns left. We can wait 2 turns for writing. We can chop this out and put down the campus, and we will be very happy to do so. Now, we can put an adjacent farm here, though it may change in years to come as the city expands. We have the builder charge to make another farm, and now you can see 3 turns for growth will help us. We need 4 to have a campus, 4 population. We shall have it. This guy's going to play scout out the peninsula for us while we're just kind of hanging around. He's just kind of hanging around because there's really nothing more for him to do. This personal warrior is not doing anything either, so he might as well go up there. I do believe this slinger is heading down south to help with the barbarian camp down there that we found. Thank God. We're going to make some marble to inspire Michelangelo's David, and my favorite sculpture of all of time and history that I know of. That would be the Pietà by Michelangelo Buonarroti, the greatest sculpture ever made, evoking universal grief for the loss of good and gentle, poetic, mystical men and the poor suffering of every mother everywhere. Here we are, getting the Eureka for masonry. It's excellent. Takes 40% off. Because we quarried that resource, the marble, we get the boost. Of course, we quarried marble. Marble is a stone. Stone gives you the boost for masonry. See how ingenious this game is? It mirrors the processes of history and the end of the evolution of civilization. What was Italy when Rome started out? A collection of city-states. Rome was just another city-state until it started to become an empire by founding other cities, absorbing city-states into their empire. So that's just what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're doing the same thing until finally they settled the whole Mediterranean or conquered it. I see by your signs, and I am glad to know that we are kin. He makes the sign of the 2-headed owl. Goes hoo-hoo, 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 hoo-hoo. I know, I got you. They have an entitled aristocracy of druid priests, terrible heathens who do not understand that gods are human. They worship trees of all things. Strange cultish behavior. According to advanced spies, there is actual human sacrifice. And perhaps even a little boost at the dinner table, shall I say? Although I won't in polite company divulge what I'm insinuating, falsely insinuating actually, about these people, just in order to drum up public sentiment for war. And that is what we Romans do. It's totally made up. We have no proof of it at all, but we don't care. It furthers the cause of making Rome the mightiest empire the world has ever known, and that's all that matters. If it's not exactly true, oh well. If it slanders a good and honest, wise and noble people that have lived for centuries on the land in harmony with nature, oh well. Mysticism. Excellent. Mysticism is the mistake of an accidental and individual symbol for a universal one. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I have great respect for Rolf. I met him once. He was a ghost at the Rockport hotel, the Emerson they call it, because he stayed there for many years. It's right on the coast in Massachusetts, right up the road from Salem, where I went in a pilgrimage to Salem on Halloween. It was the most amazing thing. The whole town was filled with 100,000 people all in costume, and it was just mind-blowing. And we stayed in an actual haunted hotel. And I met Ralph Waldo Emerson when at 12 midnight on Halloween, the sky opened up in a cloudburst that just drenched, a drenching rain, buckets of rain came down right at midnight. And on the porch was a strange gray figure, and he seemed to be beckoning to me. He was dressed in old-fashioned clothes. It was hard to see because of the rain pouring down, and I was trying to run and get out of the rain. And that's many mystical experiences, ghost experience in that strange hotel, the Rockport. Go ahead and stay in it if you dare. I would disagree with my hero, Ralph Waldo Emerson, the great transcendentalist and poet, because I would say that mysticism is an experience of the universal that is personal and individual. Because mysticism is spirituality, but it's very personal. It's subjective. It's not like science, which is an objective, measurable thing. You can experiment, you can test. Well, mysticism is personal and poetic. It's very personal. And that's what makes it special. You know? When I saw my sister's spirit dancing on the clouds all dressed in light, she smiled at me and nodded at me, and our eyes met day after she was murdered. Well, it was very personal. Was it real? I don't care. I don't care. It's the most mystical thing ever happened to me. I saw my sister's spirit dancing on the clouds. And I know what I saw, and I know it was weird, and I knew it was outside of time. And I also saw her in, with a sense of massive form like I've never seen. Because due to my premature birth as a baby, I was born 7 months instead of 9, and my eyes are not quite as developed as yours. I see through one eye only. I have 2 eyes. They both work, but I only see through one at a time. It's called nystagmatism. And so when I saw this vision, I saw it in 3 dimensions like I've never seen, because I have depth perception issues. Anyway, I try to explain. State workforce in 7. Let's see. Can we get Magnus in 7? Oh, well, look at that. We can't. I can't risk that, because we won't get it until the 8th turn. He's only got 7 turns left. So no Magnus. So we can, and we will, chop out that settler. It's a good idea anyway. Took 3 turns off. Didn't take 6 turns off, which would have been great, because then we'd only have 3 turns left. But it did give us a chance to use the last charge before he dies in 2 turns. So it kind of worked out. Yes, we had to compromise, but you know, that's life. Even in Rome, you gotta do what you can do. You gotta deal, you gotta play the cards you're dealt, right? You can't fake that. It's just the way it is. I don't want to put any boys into any of these city-states, and I'm not going to until we meet another one. Because I don't like any of those city-states. They're too close to Rome. They're blocking Rome's expansion. I must eradicate them from history. And I wish Hercules was going to be around to do it, but he won't be. Because he can only last so long. He's got a mortal mother, you know. He's not a god. He's a demigod. He's only half a god. Son of God. Started that whole son of God nonsense. This warrior's getting way too far afield. So I'm going to bring him back toward my house. Our envoys carry with them salted hams, wild game, and barrels of wine. Come, let us feast. Well, I think that's rather capital of you, good my old man. Excellent. You're a good lad. Your delegation is most welcome. We shall feast. We shall feast. My crude friend. You don't look much better if you're going to come to dinner and we're going to feast, you know. Wouldn't you rather wear a toga? Seriously. It's rather vulgar of you to sit at our lounge at our table without a toga. We are Lord Julius, after all. No offense, old man. Oh, the Romans were entitled, arrogant people. Oh no. I can hear the ground, feel the ground shake. My poor warrior. Aha, he's not right next to it. Woo-hoo. The citizens scream in terror and flee towards safety as the pyroclastic wave crashes down the flanks of mighty Vesuvius. All right. Look at that. Isn't that great? Oh, lava spewing out. There goes Pompeii. Oh, no. Rolling down the sides. Yikes. All right. Writing means sharing. It's part of the human condition to want to share things. Thoughts, ideas, opinions. Well, I couldn't agree more. Paulo Coelho. I think that's how you say his name. You got the library there. We can build libraries once we get our campus down. That's that blue beaker. That's our baby. And you get +1 great scientist points per turn. And we have divine sparks. That's 2. That's great. +1 science from grassland, mountain dials, and all them. We got mountains, so we got plenty of mountains there. And all we have to do is go here, and say, what? We got to go to 4 population. Oh no, Hercules only no, we're you only got 6 turns left. Oh no. What? 1 turn to 4? Oh, I think we can put 1 turn into a settler, don't you guys? And then make that last district with his last 2 charges and just pat ourselves on the back and rub our bellies like a happy puppy. Now, what do we got here? It looks like we got trouble right here. We got 2 different barbarian units that have popped out. Well, that's a good thing I had a little foresight, brought down some nice units to come down there. I'm going to stop him there and not go full tilt because I don't want that warrior to attack him. I'm going to bring him up for a flanking bonus. This guy can't really hurt too much. First of all, he's got to cross the river, which is a penalty. That takes away some of his power. He's just a scout, which will probably mean he'll get pretty hurt if he attacks. The warrior's a threat, but not too much of one. I'm pretty much healed. I'm almost fully healed. So he can't really hurt me. We have a +5 as Rome, and we don't have the policy in, but we're going to put it in for the +5 on top of that for it's called discipline against barbarians. We can also beef up our archers now. We got 1 more for irrigation, very important. Let's get irrigation because we farmed a resource. So we got that boost. So we only have 1 where we had 4 before. Now we only got 1. Get Magnus in 6 turns. Okay, we can do the rest of our chops then. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're not going to put down any kind of silly mine on top of our campus. We're going to go out here, and in 1 turn, we might use that 1 remaining charge on that builder to build us some vineyards. That'll make our citizens happy. It'll be an amenity, which will make sure that our city stays happy. Got to have amenities. I'm going to hit that warrior. He's in the woods. He's got some protection, but we need to soften him up. That's the first way. Okay. Now, this guy was going up there, and I think we'll let him go up there. He can go out and look in the west. We're looking for tribal villages. You'll hear the little flute player sitting by his fire playing if you run across one. But of course, we're not finding one. Of course. Okay. Okay, we're cooking on. We got 42 turns now. The year is 2360 before Caesar. We just earned the inspiration for early empire. Well, bless us by Jupiter's bounty. The growing number of citizens in your land dreams of having an empire. We just went to 4 population in Rome. We have 2 population in Antium now. We grew 2 population. So now we have 6 population, which makes us get the boost for early empire. It all kind of comes together when it comes together, man, and it works like a clock, right? Like the clock, we're half an hour in now. We have to wind it up. But before we do, thousands have lived without love, not one without water. That's a good point. W.H. Auden, you have to have oxygen and air to breathe. You have to have pressure or you'll blow apart. And third, although people put it 1 when really there's those other 2 prerequisites first, you got to have water. Then you got to have food. Human life is conditioned and limited, for sure. Okay, he's going to take a little southern tour where this guy's taking the northern tour. It's spreading our warriors out, but what we're looking for are, as I said, tribal villages that have very intelligent and gifted and inspired villagers, because they can give you boosts and help you with inspirations and eurekas. They can give you relics and give you a unit. You can get builders from them. You can get scouts. They got lots of good scouts. Of course they do. They're villagers. They live in nature. They know how to scout. I'm going to use this one last turn, as I promised, to get that wine online. Now that we have irrigation, we can do it. We couldn't do it before. And now, before Hercules leaves us from Mount Olympus, we're going to lay down the campus. See, it wasn't here before. Now it's here. We got the 4 population just in time. We planned it all out just in time to be able to put down that campus right there. In fact, he's standing right on it. So next turn, old Hercs is going to... No, this turn. Old Hercs is going to make us a campus in 1 turn. And that uses his last charge. And so he has 5 turns. I might just run him down past this Mount Vesuvius since it's already gone off. And just hit that barbarian, hit the barbarians. I don't know. He's only got 5 turns, so he can't really go anywhere. Can't travel anywhere. Not really. I mean, I can put him up in the other city. He can do his city hopping thing. But it wouldn't do any good. There's nothing up there for him to do. Alright. Soon there'll be nothing for him to do here either because we got that barbarian taken care of. You're done. Check you later, Chief. We're making it 8 per turn. I knew it was the end a few minutes ago, and I just kept going because I just wanted to finish that up. Killed him, so we got the bronze working boost. 40% off bronze working. Yeah. Bronze working is good. Shows you where the iron is. I already know where it is because I know this map like the back of my hand. It's a bit of an exploit, but I can't not know what I know. You know what I mean? I can't forget what I already know. So I think we were quite successful here at this wonderful, easy game of Civ 6 that I'm recording for you. We're over our time, and so I'm going to bid you a fond farewell and go down the list of thank you for watching. Number 1, I really appreciate the watching. Seeing the numbers, it's how I feel that I'm doing something that people might enjoy, and that makes me feel good as an artist and as a philosopher or mystic. I like talking about things, and my mom gave me the gift of gab. She was quite the gabber, and I do like sharing my long life with people because I'm an old guy now, and the stories of my life's all I really have that matter to me. So I enjoy sharing that with you too, I have to admit. I know it's a bit self-infatuated, but I enjoy doing it. I want to encourage you to make a comment and engage with me with a conversation, or share some criticism or insight, or tell me how I could have played better or what I should have done that I missed. That'd be great. I'll do that to myself when I watch these later on YouTube. I'll make pinned comments about it. Check out the description. I sometimes write some cool stuff when I upload the video about the video, and so that might be fun. Share it with any gamer friends that might like a Civilization 6 game. You know, subscribe to my channel. That will help me in lots of ways on YouTube. Get enough subscribers, I can maybe, supplement my income a little bit. That wouldn't be the most terrible thing in the world, but it's not necessary. The only necessary part of it is watching it. And you already did that. So I really appreciate it. Appreciate you staying to the end, although I don't know what that has to do with me. If you got to go do something and you can only watch a few minutes, that's fine too. Yeah, what else is there? Watch a few of my other videos, and you can check out my playlists and see the different varied things I have on my playlist. You want to know what it's like to go camping at Murrow State Park in upstate New York, where I live? Check those videos out. There's quite a few of those. I can't quite go camping anymore because of my disabilities, my age, but maybe one of these days I'll rent a cabin. I can do that. I can't do the tent thing. Just wanted to show you this one thing here, guys, before I let you go. 4 food, 2 production. 3 food, 2 production. These tiles are just going crazy with production of food. I get a city down here and gobble up those tiles. I am going to be a powerhouse down here because of the continual eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Now, my city will get shook up by that, I think, and I'll have to deal with that. But that is going to be fun. And we'll have a lot more fun here as we begin to explore the map and expand out and take over the Mediterranean and all that stuff that waits for the further turns and further ages of Rome. We're still in the ancient era. I know it's taken us a long time. This is a thinking man's game. It takes many and many hours to complete an empire, but Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was the Civilization 6 Rome. It's going to take a lot of episodes, and if I go over a little bit, I apologize, but, I'm not punching a clock here. Thanks a lot for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm going to watch a little bit more of the news, and I'll come back at you a little later tonight for another episode or two. But for now, this is Gamer Jamer, otherwise known as James Mandolare, saying to you, I love you, and I mean it. Even though we're strangers and we don't know each other, I know you're out there. I know you're going through your good times and your bad, just like every other human being. And as some wise people say, in the East, I am another you. So I wish you well as much as I would wish myself well. And I encourage you to be your own best friend and don't be too critical of yourself. Or don't apologize for yourself, and don't live somebody else's dream of yourself. Be your authentic self no matter what people say. As Sting says in one of my favorite songs by that gifted man, Englishman in New York, I believe it's about John Lennon, my hero of heroes, be yourself no matter what they say. Or as the Greeks said, know thyself. And what was it, Shakespeare who said, to thine own self be true, or is it in the Bible? Be yourself. You're the only one in the whole universe that's you. Except in the multiverse, where there's an infinite variety of yous that made different choices, became different people. But there's only one you living this particular existence right now in the whole vast universe. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, enough of this cosmic debris. Catch you later. Bye.